Welcome to Crescent City with your hosts Natalie Jean and Jackie Zabrowski.
Let me in.
Yeah. Hey, little thing, let me in there.
Let me in. Let me
Do
in.
you
Let me
have
in, let
a
me in,
hole
let me
I
in.
can try? Do you have a hole I can try? Natalie,
Vocal exercise.
yeah, we were talking about some vocal exercises because Natalie wants to start warming up her voice.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is good. I think it's good after many years of talking that Natalie is just now asking about what she can do to warm up her voice. And we can go, my. It's a lot like face yoga.
You're almost doing reverse face yoga where you're not moving anything.
Yeah, well, it really depends on how tight you want your muscles, though, Natalie.
Oh.
That's what Goop says. But it is a lot of like, I can't, grab my real chin right now.
Well, you should maybe think about getting this implanted on your chin so you don't have to worry about it.
I'm worried that you're going to make me. You're giving Gladys from Weapons right now, and you're genuinely scaring me.
I did not mean for that to be the case. This
Am
UV,
I a small boy scared of my own home? Yes.
This UV paint is caked on quite thick, and it turns out makes me look like a hag.
Yeah. Even though, excuse me, there's only room for one hag in this room.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to steal your hag light.
Thank you. Thank you for validating me in my hag light.
I do want people to take bets on how long your chin's going to stay on.
It's not even so much, honestly, the chin as it is the nose.
Man, all I remember is the chin. I think maybe you wore it on a live stream or something.
Baba Yellow Legs.
Oh, yes, when you were Baba Yellow Legs.
I was Baba Yellow Legs.
Which is a different SGM series.
Yes.
Class. But I actually like the concept that maybe it's the same character.
That Hilde is Baba Yellow Legs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to throw it out there. I don't think Baba Yellow Legs would ever be captured.
Wasn't she, though?
Yeah, she was. But, she got out of there just in time to get that head lopped right off. But we're not talking about Throne of Glass right now, all right? Because, yes, we can reuse costumes, but I need you to know, yes, the face is giving Baba Yellow Legs, but also I do have these patches. This one says, do not pet. Do not disturb. And this one says, warning, does not play well with others.
What is this that you have on?
My imperial form, my uniform.
What are the patches?
I just feel like, I've never kept a witch slave before, a hag slave before. So I don't know if you'd have to be like, like put the patches on her like a working dog, like don't give her any food. She's not going to talk to the sprites. Okay,
but break the fourth wall. Did you add these patches yourself?
Yes.
Oh, so you chose the patches and put them on. I mean, I think you did a great job.
Yeah, there's one that's something about like give them hell in war, and it had a big ass on it. Yeah, it was like one of those. And then there was a don't tread on me one, and there was one that said, I'll call you later. And I thought that was a bit of a stretch. I'll call you later. And I feel like, why wear that as a patch? What does that signify as a patch?
You're a problem.
I mean, I think Hilde...
It's nice to know. I mean, I say if you are a problem, wear the patch so everybody's aware.
Yeah, so everyone knows. And also, I realized as I was putting this together that now we have to have shoes because everyone sees our feet. And I bought these shoes a while ago just for me. And they are, for those that are not watching, you should definitely get over to the YouTube. They are big platforms. And on the tops of it, in rhinestones, it says hot. One says hot.
Oh, what's the other one?
And the other one says bitch on it. So I feel, and this is where my thinking went at 7 a.m. as I was putting this costume together. I was like, if she were given hag slave, right? They're going to be like, I think that they would be like, that slave got to be a slave from the head down to the nave. And they'd be like, no, take it further. And they take it all the way down to the feet. You know why? They're uncomfortable. And I think that that's a torture in and of itself.
I thought this was her she's very
getting her groove back.
She has to be there for a long time. She's like, listen, I'll wear your uniform, but I'm putting some slippers on. And they were like, fine.
Yeah, but I also feel like you want free access to the feet. You know what I mean? If you have like a torture person.
I don't get you. I don't follow your line of very clear and good logic.
I'd want to be able to easily remove their toes.
Oh, I thought she was the administrator of the torture. I don't know if she's getting tortured.
But I feel like, is she there of her own volition?
No, but she's the one who puts the halos on and everything.
I
so
know,
they can't
but
like be that. They need her.
Natalie, sometimes you're scared when you get kidnapped and you have to do things like put halos on people. It's not my fault.
Is that
Take me seriously.
I'm trying to frame that as a metaphor of some way to help everyone, but I can't find it.
How it's really, you know what it is? It's the flappiness of this chin.
Well, I remember on the live stream you wore, we were on stream and there's lights on us and we're sweating profusely after 2 hours of doing it. And by the end, it had kind of become like a little cup under your chin, like a pitcher plant. Is that what they're called? That's what it looked like.
But that's how I eat. It's like it's like my feed bag, like I'm a horse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we'll just wait to see how long that takes.
My
into
feed
the
chin.
episode.
Oh, I can't wait till my feed chin fills up because I'm hungry.
I didn't bring any of the
My feed?
kibble.
No, kid. You know I get kibs at 11.
I know. I'm sorry.
You know that your girls, and yes, we're talking about Natalie's dogs, they get kibs late. And that's their after dinner. All right. They have after dinner kibs. And sometimes I want kibs.
They do have a bedtime snack, okay? They do.
It's
Call
just
me a bad dog parent.
It's just a little bit of
It's
kibs.
a tiny bit. And I sprinkle them out for Carmi because there's a recommendation because she's a fast eater. We have a snuffle pad and we toss them around the house because that's what the dog trainer said to do. And she chases them around.
And that's what they do every time I come over too. And they go, find the barbecue. And I'm like, there's ribs on somewhere.
You would hope with those nose holes, you'd be able to find it faster.
Thank you for bringing up my nose holes because I feel like, it's starting to go.
Yep.
Nose starting to go. The nose is starting to go.
7
Ain't not
minutes in.
long for this world. This nose that is trapped to my face.
Does it make it feel uncomfortable to talk with it on?
Yeah. Do I keep hitting the microphone with it?
Yes,
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, April. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Adam. No, Adam's right here. Oh, no. Sorry, April.
No,
sorry, James.
James.
James, I'm sorry. But look at James, you know what? It's flappy for you. And usually you want something to be hard, but I think you'd prefer it flappy.
Everyone loves a good chin ASMR.
Yeah. And this is me putting my like sexual foot forward. I feel like this is how Hilde would like hit on somebody, be like, there's nothing in here.
Oh, I thought maybe she would be able to like penetrate with it.
Whoa, like a childo.
I mean, you have what was the thing?
Chindo. Is that what they're called? Chindos.
What was the thing that people used to do on
the shocker?
The shocker.
Yeah,
you kind of have one with your face.
Stink. I'm giving shocker. Whoa, yo. Honestly, I could go into the puss.
Yeah.
But then it's difficult because you can't go back and forth.
Wait, but I think the chin is the vagine, nose is the bum.
So I'm upside down. So I'm being held upside down while this. I guess
they could be upside down.
Yeah. Very nice. A little 69. Yeah, this would really be difficult in the 69 position. I have to be like, excuse me. Let me. If you could flip your nose up, that would be better.
You gotta try to.
I'm getting the spirit out of my mouth. Oh, no, that's sweat. Cool. I'm sorry. That was my nose sweat that was getting in my mouth. And I didn't know until it got in my mouth.
Oh, God. Gross.
It's cupping. It's like, if you can see, Natalie, it's cupping. And so it's getting the spit. My own spit is getting trapped inside of my nose. And I didn't know that was possible. My own spit. That's disgusting. That's such a disgusting thing to say. I'm sorry, everyone.
We both look pretty gross today.
Yeah. So is the radioactive, is that the poop?
The radioactive?
Yeah, you're radioactive right now.
No, I'm not. Wait, the poop?
Yeah.
Why?
Tunnel poop.
Tunnel poop?
Yeah, she's covered in tunnel poop.
No. We'll see. I'll show you the scene and then my thought process and how, even though it didn't work, I had a thought.
Do you have a stick with my hair wrapped around it, and are you going to break it? I'm worried you're gonna weapons me, bitch.
Again.
I'm worried you go weapons
I was
at
thinking
me.
I look like Baby Jane.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you're definitely giving Betty Davis. I guess we're both giving Baby
Am
Jane.
I the star now, mother?
Yeah.
I'm the star! Yay! See, you could just do that to me when I get old, and I would be happy. You just tell me I'm in a movie.
You want us
star.
we want
Yeah.
it. You want us to do that to
Yeah.
you. Does this also include you being trapped inside of a house? Like with this? Oh, I love this. It's kind of like you're my keeper. Like if anything ever happened to Henry, you know you'd have to take care of me for the rest of your life. You know you're straddled with me. So I do feel like we could end up like Joan Crawford and Betty Davis and whatever happened to Baby Jane.
It is quite possible.
Dude, we should start preparing now. Start getting fits.
Oh, I'm way ahead.
Dolly fits for Natalie. Oh, I love it when my nose gets in my mouth.
Stop.
I like
Oh,
to lick it.
We're not into the chapter yet.
Okay,
Can't do
all right,
this yet.
we'll get into the chapter. I'm ready for the chapter.
We were last with Bryce, who was learning the genetic betrayal that is her legacy, to quote Jeannie Garofalo from Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion.
Whoa.
Also just saw they're making the sequel.
How do you feel about the sequel?
I'm gonna see it, of course.
Yeah,
It's probably not gonna be good,
but I'll watch it.
I'm gonna watch it, obviously.
Especially if Alan Cummings there. I mean, you know.
Okay, I will say if Alan Cummings is not in it, that is kind
I
of a
won't
deal
go.
breaker for me.
I won't go.
Anyway, her starborn blood was just, we learned last time, another bunch of autocratic bullshit. So it wasn't this magic, beautiful thing that was going to help heal the world. She was just the line of another bunch of, elitist.
It's your starlight.
Yes.
I like this. I like this take on it.
It would have worked better if I had made my makeup better and actually worked on the lighting. But I just came in and said, Adam, blue black light in front of me.
And you know what? Bam, he did it.
And he did. He did.
And you are scary.
We are constantly asking people to do irritating things. But
look at how cute we are.
See, I wanted to look ethereal and beautiful like I was hovering.
And yes, obviously, what she's giving.
To someone somewhere, I am.
That's why we can't look at you, Natalie. You're so ethereally beautiful.
Yeah. I know. I mean, that's generally the problem. It's why I'm a podcaster. Because people are like, I can't see you with the beauty
when people
that's
say,
blinding me.
Yeah, that you have a face for radio, they actually mean something nice.
They do, because it's too much for the general population to see.
Yeah, that's why we're shoving her back in that tunnel.
Yep, back in her. So we learned that Bryce's bloodline is just another Nepo baby bloodline. It sucks. It's not good. And she doesn't feel like she has this power from the mother anymore. But before we go back to that, we're with Hunt at the start of chapter 22. And, the Dungeon Boys are arguably winning the shit day competition because at least Bryce didn't have to chew off her friend's hand and then immediately was caught in the aftermath.
Man, if I went through that, I would hold that over her till the end of time.
Oh, yeah.
Be like, except I know you were in the tunnel making friends.
No, you were, you were having to sleep on kind of a hard surface. Oh, that's really, how rough for you.
Your brother had his hand chewed off.
Oh, well, at least you have a good fighting point forever.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is like that. Oh God, if a Catholic mother could have this happen to her, she'd be able to. That's guilt forever.
Oh, you had to lay on the stone. I laid in my own feces and vomit
as he chewed, and I could feel the sinew inside of his teeth.
Yum. So, but Hunt looks on as Rigelus has begun to strut into the torture chamber because as soon as the hand was almost as if he was waiting until they were done, not to, stop the torment before it's time. They waited until the hand was chewed off and then they kind of just walk in. Rigelus goes, hello. Pollux and Hawk are with him and they very leisurely walk over to Rune, who is still trying to hold on to that poker with his legs that he had finally got after all of that sacrifice and the pain. And he tries to cling on to it, but they just take it from his legs. They all find this very amusing, of course. Rigulus mocks them in his cunty way, and Pollux pulls the lever that drops all of them to the ground. He drawls that he's hoping to find out more information about where BRYCE went, and perhaps they can be persuaded to help him.
Oh, yeah, we get it. You're so evil. I know.
And a bitch.
I know.
They all go, so the boys that are all being chained up and like now, you know, they are utterly defiant, and they go, "Fuck off, you slag. We're never going to tell you nothing, old man." So they're in that zone. But they like, you know, they found this brotherhood at least in the last moments of probably what their lives are going to be. At least they're together.
Behind Rigulus's back, the hawk folded the fingers of Rune's severed hand until only the middle one remained upright.
It's kind of funny, Hawk.
I mean,
It's kind of funny.
it is kind of like, you know that like he's not a hilarious guy.
No.
So like for him, technically, this is hilarious.
It would be hard for me to not chuckle, you know?
Or at least like wave at him with it. Like you gotta
Yeah.
do. I mean, now it's a prop, so use it.
It's like the It meme where he's waving the hand.
Exactly.
Like, it's funny.
It's kind of funny.
Rigulus approaches Hunt in feigned sadness at seeing Hunt with his halo back on, just going like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that you're back under my spell." And Hunt retorts, "Halo or crown?"
Whoa.
And it's like, "Yes, king. Yes, king. Make lemonade out of this."
Whoa.
He's referencing something the Prince of the Chasm had said to him when he had appeared in Hunt's hallucination in chapter 8, which was, the line was, "The black crown once again circling your brow is not a new torment from the Asteri. It has existed for millennia." So badass. Okay.
What? I'm scared, Natalie.
Rigulus looks startled briefly when Hunt says this, almost as if he's like, "Oh, I didn't know you might know a little secret or something," even if Hunt doesn't really know what that means. But this seems to strike something in him, but the readers, we don't fully know what that means yet.
No.
But Rigulus seems to know something about that turn of phrase that Hunt has just spoken, because he then retorts with, "Been talking to shadows, have you?"
Rigulus hissed.
So it's almost as though he knows the Prince of the Chasm was here, which is curious, because what does that mean exactly? We don't know yet. Rigulus is here to offer a bargain. No, don't twiddle your nose.
Natalie, let me. This is like my fidget toy.
I know.
What happens when it comes on down and I start eating on my nose?
I don't know, because I'm watching it happen, so we're going to have to see how it goes.
I am going to rip it off at some point.
Yeah, it does look like
It's dangling on by just a shred of skin.
that looks like how you're thinking, the way somebody strokes their beard. You're fiddling your nose, thinking.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's better than fiddling something else. Not while we're in public.
Not at work, at least.
No, also not with his chin on. Honestly, I'm not feeling, like, I don't look at this and go like, "Bitch, take those clothes off," you know?
Why?
Well, I'll send a pic to Jeff later and see if it gets him
Yeah.
aroused.
If it does, you're going to have to buy a lot of spirit gum.
Because it's hard to get it to stick to the face.
Yeah.
You gotta really, I don't know. I guess I think I sweat too much for these pieces.
I think you're just not committed to the application process.
Oh my God, but I mean, I'm committed to being a hag. Look at me.
We need to get a professional MUA here every morning to do this.
Mwah!
Mhm.
Does that mean I'm giving them kisses? Mwah! Mwah!
If you do, you're going to get a lawsuit.
Okay, I won't. But what if I'm dressed like this? I'll tell them about how good I am at 69ing.
Yeah, let them know at the top. So,
Yeah, one on the pink. One on the steak.
yep.
But then I'll put a torture halo on you.
Oh, you tricked me.
Yeah, man, I'm good at it.
Rigulus has come to the torture dungeon to offer a bargain of sorts. He tells Hunt that he's not really here about BRYCE, even though he kind of started with that. He said, actually, he's here for a favor. He wants to ask Hunt something in exchange for what he calls a reprieve.
Oh, what's that gonna be?
Yeah. Oh, you get 2 pieces of bread this time. He wants Hunt's lightning. He won't say for what, other than for a side project he's doing. And I'm sure it's to make one of those little plasma balls that they sell at the science center.
Yeah.
To put on your desk.
Or maybe
So you can go like, wow, look, it's touching my fingers.
that would be awesome. He's like a mosey. Or maybe it's like a Frankenstein. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's making a little Frankenstein.
He's making a friend because nobody wants to be friends with him.
They are making a Frankenstein, kind of, because they're bringing the harpy back to life. So maybe they used other body parts for her.
Whoa, Frankenstein with knives.
They just gave her bigger boobs.
I mean, how do you make something even better? Make them bigger.
It's all the harpy. They just added big fake tits.
She comes back, she can't even see. The tits are so big, they're over her face. They're like, why did you do this?
Like, look, I appreciate being back, but like, I can't see. Like, why would you do this?
They don't need her to see, not with tits like that.
So Hunt responds the obvious, you're never going to get my lightning copper.
Of course.
Rigulus is like, oh dear, well, I can extract it with force, but it's really tough for me. So if you don't allow it, I'm going to kill one of your friends and you can choose which
He's
one.
so good at being evil.
He's just really good at it. I mean, you got to follow what you are good at, you know, your passions.
And again, this is like parenting. You know, you say something like that, you better stick to it or else they're never going to trust you ever again.
That's right. Hunt is torn, of course. He doesn't want to do this, but he realizes that Rigulus will really let Pollux kill one of the other boys. And he relents because at the end of the day, he cares.
And isn't that his ultimate weakness?
It is. Never care, never love.
Never love, never be vulnerable.
Be like Elon Musk.
I mean, he is a trillionaire.
Yeah, he's great. Rigulus pulls out this sliver of quartz that he's been holding in his pocket and basically puts it up to Hunt's arm, slices him. And Hunt feels like he's being struck with his own lightning for a few moments. So this quartz is like coming to like extract the lightning juice out of him. He's basically experiencing what it feels like when he uses his power on someone else, and it feels really awful. But
Is that what those rock bitches are doing?
Which rock bitches?
All the ones that use the crystals for everything? Is that what they're doing? Or are they like
extracting power?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that kind of the idea is that you are like supposed to be channeling.
Yeah, then keep them away from me.
Well,
I feel like they're always like, you should put this in your pocket. I'm like, keep away from my pockets.
Well, but you'd be the one weaponizing it.
Oh, okay.
Instance. But some stones are supposed to take in energy and some are supposed to release it, I think.
So this is the bad kind?
Well, it depends on who you're talking to.
Whoa.
It's a good kind for Rigulus.
For Rigulus.
He's basically extracted this lightning and he now like, I guess this is like a metaphor for empathy. And he's feeling what the pain feels like. And he's like, oh no, this is what I do. But then the feeling is gone. And this piece of quartz that he like sliced open Hunt with is now glowing. And he thinks how this is like, Hunt thinks this is sort of like what happens when they take the kernel of power during the drop. He's almost sick to his stomach as Rigulus pockets it. And wouldn't you know it, Rigulus says, thank you. Now, Pollux, go kill one anyway.
No! What do you mean, you two-time me, you evil?
But you said, so Hunt should have agreed. According to Rigulus, if Hunt would have agreed without pushback, he wouldn't have killed one. But like, okay, yeah, of course you would have. Whatever, I don't believe anything you say. Hunt is moved when Baxian chimes in, telling him they'll never comply with him. He was alone, as you recall, in those first rounds of torture in these chambers, those, you know, that century that Hunt was here. He was by himself, and these are now his brothers. But at the same time, it's as awful as it is good, knowing that they are suffering alongside him. The bright hand saunters out and muses over what the Umbra Mortis will be willing to give up before the day is over. Cut to Lidia on the same timeline. She is panicked inside her icy exterior. As she approaches the chamber where the boys are being kept, she's preparing the instructions she's about to give mentally. Like, she's going to walk in, she's going to have this, she has to give them the set of instructions, and there's no plan B. This is it. They have nothing left except for this.
But she'd gotten no farther than 2 steps into the dungeon when the breath whooshed from her body at the sight of the stump where Rune's hand should have been.
Yeah, Lidia, you are not really kind of stepping up to the plate right now with these fellas.
But also it's tightrope. You know, she's been walking this tightrope for a really long time, and she knows you can't just act fast.
I know, but like also her quote unquote love just had his hand chewed off. I don't know. You know, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I know she can't really step in, but it's like, I can understand why Rune doesn't want to talk to her. You know?
Oh, yeah. No.
Pollux and the Hawk are still there from a bit earlier, the scene we just read through in that last passage. So they're in that part of the timeline where they have now started to torture the boys, but they haven't killed any of them yet. They're simply having too much fun.
I mean, a hobby is a hobby.
Yep. She almost loses control when the Hawk holds up Rune's hand, grinning like a boy with his first boner. That hand had held her and touched her lovingly. Well done,
she managed, though she screamed inside. Clawed at the walls of her being and shrieked with fury.
Which one of you claimed the prize?
And she has to keep her heartbeat settled. You know, it's like you have to keep all of it settled.
They explain that Baxian actually chewed it off, and she looks at Baxian with shock and surprise, almost feels a little proud of their bravery. But she maintains her facade and tells the angels that she's here to administer. Stop staring at me while you drink under your nose.
I can't reach it under. What do people do?
With that nose?
Yeah.
Well, they become witches, I guess.
Oh, and then they don't drink any coffee.
They don't drink coffee anymore. She tells,
although Hilde's not getting any coffee. Can you imagine how tired she is?
She might need it. I mean, again, they need her to put the halos on. They got to give her a little boost in the morning.
Oh my God, I'm Beyonce.
They might give her the grossest flavor of Monster Energy or something like that, you know?
I do. I feel like it's then it's like the medium place in the good place, you know, where everything is, it's just medium for
just
her.
Fine.
You know, it's just.
It's like, she is in an office cubicle, and it's not a dungeon, but it's a lot of overhead lights.
Yeah, and you know, and you don't get the 15-minute smoke breaks like everybody else does, but you get to watch them take them.
Yeah. Oh, ew. Ugh. So
I wonder what they're talking about outside. Are they making friends out there?
Nobody wants to gossip with Hilde. Give me a break.
Oh, come on. I've got lots of things to say.
Oh, we know Hilde. She maintains her facade and tells the angels that she's here to administer healing first light. So she says, hello, angels. I'm here to torture them more and better. That way they could regrow their wings. So she's brought these syringes filled with a healing formula that she's gotten from a med witch that is specifically meant to heal the wings. And she tells Pollux and the Hawk, it's so we can saw them off again better.
Yay, and we like to hurt them. I am not lying about it.
You're really good at that.
Yeah, well, I was being Lidia.
I know, you're really good at pretending to be evil.
Thank you.
Of course, that's not why she's really doing it. She wants to grow their wings back for this escape plan, but she must play this part. Pollux is too dazed with bloodlust to think too hard about it. He's just like, oh, hell yeah. She pulls 2 syringes out of the case she's brought, and she made it so that it was only healing on the wings so that it wouldn't make the Triarii too curious about why she would want to fully heal their bodies. So it's just their wings. She wishes internally she had known about Rune's hand and she would have brought a 3rd, but it's too late for that now. She injects the needle into each of their backs.
Slowly, before her eyes, the stumps on their backs began to rebuild. Flesh and sinew and bone creeping together, multiplying.
She tells the angels that the formula will take a day or 2 to heal the wings fully and to not touch them until then, so that the tortures more tortury.
Yeah, that's how evil she is.
Make sure they're nice and strong and healthy wings so that it's worse somehow.
Fatten them up like Babe. Yeah, make them oink,
like
oink
Babe.
for me. Yeah.
Like Charlotte's Web.
Yeah, put them in an egg sack.
That's some pig. Is that what it says in the web?
Some pig.
That's some pig.
Yeah,
right?
Some pig. I think it was just some pig.
I'm pretty sure that's what that says.
Wow, the spider could read?
Yeah, that was the whole thing.
Yeah, I remember the some pig part, but now I'm really thinking about it. I feel like we weren't really dissecting the whole spider can read part.
I thought that was a major plot point. It had, it's been a year or two since I've revisited Charlotte's Web, but I'm pretty sure part of it was that the spider, they were all as hyper intelligent.
I'm confusing Charlotte's Web and Babe. And
I thought you were
shouldn't
gonna say with Animal Farm or something.
Well, yeah, I mean that too. And then it's like, government things,
it's
right?
Animal Farm for children.
Some big government things.
Sorry, let me just here. Okay.
It's a stretch break.
Stretch
break. Everybody have a stretch break.
So
I am taking off the hot bitch shoes. You know what? I'm sitting down and they're still uncomfortable.
Take them off.
This is why you don't buy joke shoes. Like joke shoes
they
never
look like
work.
They're supposed to be comfortable.
They're not. Actually, you've got crazy. You got crazy lady feet. You got crazy lady feet. And Natalie come out and be like, that's so comfortable. And you're wearing like 8-inch heels. You're like, I barely even feel them. I'm like, what are you talking about? I can't even wear a wedge. I don't like this. They're not even like heels.
Where does
and
it
they're
hurt?
uncomfortable. In the arch of my foot.
Yeah, that's a strengthen.
Oh, I got strength in my feet.
Yep.
Well,
no, you got to do scrunches. Yep. Wow, for free you're giving
for
this away?
free. If you go to the YouTube
feet vids, it's not toes out though. Sorry.
No, it's not toes out. They're clothed.
So,
but I do feel like Hilde also would scrunch up when she sits, just like me.
I think she would.
Yeah.
She's just like quirky. She's like, I don't know.
I don't
just,
know.
Like,
maybe I'll put a halo
silly.
on you. I don't know.
So where the fuck are we in this story? Let's see.
We're in the Torture Boys.
We're
All
in
right.
the
I'm
Torture
sorry
Boys.
that I'm trying to change the subject, but we're in the Torture Boys. It makes me sad.
So not Lydia. The Hind is explaining her art. And she's saying, that's why we need to grow them back, because it's my art, the torturer, and I need them at full capacity, right? Because we're saying fatten them like a pig. There we are. We came back around. She tells Pollux and the Hawk to beat it, that she wants to play with the prisoners for a while. The TRIARI angels get all horny and are like, can we watch you? Let's watch. And in other circumstances, it would be very hot for them to be like, can we watch you work? And they just sit in the cuck chair and watch her.
Because she's really good at what she does.
But if it's torture. If it was something else, like that'd be kind of hot.
Yeah.
But she says, no, get out. Pollux, like the grosso that he is, comes up to her and tells her that he's, quote, going to fuck the disrespect out of her later.
But the thing is, though, what I hate is that would be like a fun, sexy line if it was in a fun, jokey, sexy way. But it's so hard because it's like, but from him.
Like Xaden saying that to Violet.
Right, you know what I mean? That's what, like,
fine.
it is, unfortunately, I feel like it is a hot line, just not here.
No. And also not from that gross man.
Yeah.
Yuck. Pollux is disgusting. But he does obey, and he leaves with the Hawk, knowing that the Hind is favored by the Asteri. So he can't really disobey her because it will be his ass. His ass will be grass, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
After she's sure they're gone, she runs to the release lever and pulls it so all three of the tortured boys hit the ground. She crouches down over Rune. Get up.
She kept her voice hard, cold. But the prince opened his beautiful blue eyes.
She tries to talk to them through their mind bridge, but he's already told her that she was dead to him and seems to have closed up.
I think, I just feel like not to be like this, but girl, if he wasn't talking to you before, he just had his hand shoot off. He's probably not talking to you now.
Yeah, yep. But she has to keep trying because this is their last hope, really. And so she continues to just project into his mind, hoping that he can still hear her anyway. Mind to mind, she spills out their last hope. The harpy is being mended with huge tits, and she has one plan left.
Better than before!
She has one plan left before then. She tells him if he wants to survive, he must listen to her.
Rune only closed his eyes and didn't open them again.
Well, it sounds like he's maybe given up at this point, which understandable.
Yeah.
Lying in your own poop with no hand.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to keep going.
Especially after they just came in and laughed at you and made your own hand flip you off. I'd probably also be a little upset.
I think I might still do a tiny little half smile at it.
At the flip off for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. I mean, you hate it when your enemies are funny, but you gotta give it to them.
Acknowledge it.
Yeah.
So he closes his eyes. We don't know what's going to happen yet because we're back to the other dungeon, back to Prythian.
Back to Gladys. She's here and she's ready to fuck up your community.
She's sexy and she knows it.
Yeah, she is. I mean, Gladys,
Oh, you'd hit it?
you know, it's just.
You know, I kind of think I'd hit it as Remember when Conan was dressed as Gladys?
Yeah.
I mean, I already have a huge crush on Conan. but
Yeah.
As Gladys, I would do it.
He's still got it. No matter how creepy.
I don't care. Now we're back to the other cave room, technically a dungeon of sorts, but in Prythian on a different planet. Bryce is livid at what she has just learned that we've learned alongside her.
We're back at the
going
lore
to
drop. Yes.
We're doing a short form video review of all of that backstory just so you have it in your mind for the new releases. But today,
Also, check out at Romantasy Deep Dives because every episode 2, which amazing, we have now the episode recaps like bulleted as well too. So
shout
if you
out to
even
our
forget
social media manager, Taylor.
who's
She is
killing
fantastic.
it.
So today we're not going over that, but we will continue forth with the story and is basically how Silene decided to stay on the side of the portal and instead of allowing back the citizens of this world who had initially gone through the portal with her, or at least the children that were trapped in the battle that is going on in Midgard back on the other side of this portal, she shuts them out at the end of her story.
I mean, what were the kids going to do to help?
All they need is stuff all the time. Feed me, help me, blah, 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 teach me stuff.
Yeah, we don't have time.
We don't have time. So Bryce is disgusted by her lineage. Nesta and Azriel gently try to offer the perspective of Silene perhaps needing to make sure that the Asteri didn't return by closing the portal quickly, but Bryce isn't buying it. She tells them that quote, fucking bitch could have let the kids in. It would have only been moments later, and she's not wrong. I think it was a ploy. I agree that Silene wanted to have the narrative in her hands to rewrite, which is pretty gross. It reminds Bryce of what the Fae did to the humans last spring when the gates were opened and all of the hell's creatures were coming forth and the Fae locked out the people pleading to be let in. And they had plenty of room for them, but they were like, we can't. I'm sorry. What? I can't hear you through here. I don't know what you're asking. I'm sorry.
It's like through a screen door,
Yeah.
and they're like, I don't
know. What are you saying? I can't.
There's no closed captions.
Yeah. Nesta asks what Bryce had hoped to learn from coming here and going through this journey. And a frustrated Bryce says she doesn't know. She thought she'd learn how to beat the Asteri by following the starlight. But Silene's story didn't give any information about what the people of Hell did or anything of value, really. She tells them that all she learned is that the Fae have always been awful, that they didn't grow to be over time. And now with that news of the water being contaminated, what is she supposed to do with that? Exhaustion and sorrow threatens to overwhelm Bryce.
A gentle hand rested on her shoulder. Nesta. Oh my God, bitch. But you won't even be there for your sisters, but you're putting a hand on Bryce?
Well, we learned,
They're similar.
and we also learned through Nesta's story that sometimes you have to make a little bit of your own family.
Gotta reach out your hand,
You gotta keep
Natalie.
reaching the hand out. And sometimes it gets chewed off when you do that. But
Oops.
you gotta keep trying. So
Man, he's like wearing it as a hat. I feel like he's doing like a bunch of like, remember the movie Life is Beautiful? Like when he was doing all like outside of the concentration camp. Like all, yeah. But I imagine they're doing it with the hand at them, just doing like wearing it as a little hat. And
I mean, at least there's entertainment.
Yeah.
Something to do.
After all that time getting tortured, I mean, honestly, anything goes a long way.
Show for me.
Right?
Azriel speaks up at this moment as Bryce is processing all of this. He seems shaken by all of this news, but is determined that he needs to tell Rhysand all of this immediately as the High Lord. It's understandable. This is a great threat to their world. He asks the room, really, what happened to the horn, because he learned about this horn. It's the other part of the Dread Trove. What happened to it? They're not familiar with it on this planet. Bryce doesn't speak. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. But Nesta does. She tells Azriel that Bryce is the horn.
What?
The horn is people.
Just like Soylent Green.
Hey, which end do you blow into, huh? Bryce is the horn. But yeah, Nesta had correctly.
Is it her ears or is it the belly button? It would be.
I thought it was from the bomb.
Oh, I mean,
mouth.
Everyone does love a butt
you blow
flute.
Up the bomb.
Yeah, oh yeah.
A sound does come out of you usually.
Whoa,
whoa. But Nesta had guessed correctly that the horn is inked into Bryce's back. She guesses it from whenever it began to glow much earlier in the story.
Azriel's hazel eyes flickered with predatory intent. He'd carve it out of her fucking back. If she ran for the exit tunnel, they'd said something about a climb out of here, then a hike down a mountain. But this court was an island. She wouldn't be able to get away from them.
Azriel begins to circle Bryce, and Bryce begins to consider all of the options she has in this moment. She doesn't really have many, but she can see that Azriel and Nesta are now becoming an immense threat to her once they have concluded that this Dread Trove item is in her body.
I feel like it's starting to get real tight in that tunnel, and we ain't talking about her downstairs.
No, we're now in this cavern room, and I think it's huge. Like they said, it was a football field, but like there's nowhere to hide. It's just a big open
space.
So she begins to try to think on her feet. Nesta tells her that she is a liability to their world. She can open the portal with her tattoo and let the Daglin back in at any time. So she's like, listen, Bryce, I kind of like you, but I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Bryce tells them that she didn't mean to come here, but Nesta seems to think that doesn't really matter. She knows that Bryce needs to get back to her world, and that would allow the chance of the parasites, the Daglin/Asteri, getting back to them. She can see that Azriel and Nesta are taking offensive positions about to attack her. As she addresses Nesta, she catches Azriel's shadow surrounding her. Not to attack, but for Azriel to escape, to get the others. Bryce can't let this happen in case they trap her, so she throws her starlight out and catches Azriel leaving in the act. She looks down, realizing she's still standing on the 8-pointed star, and realizes that it's shimmering as she throws her light out, as though it were reacting to her magic. Silene's words echo in her mind. To you in this very stone,
Silene had said.
I leave the inheritance and the burden that my own mother passed to me.
This place, this prison and the court it had once been, excuse me while I hold up my nose flap, was Bryce's inheritance. Hers to command, as Silene had commanded it.
Uh-oh.
Swing, 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 swing. Man, that makes my nose swing.
Bryce is a warden. So she's realizing that maybe the actual magic is in the stone, and she has now inherited this land as the heir apparent. She works through this thought process quickly. As Silene had converted the former Dusk's court magic into the prison, Her inheritance might be in the walls. Bryce could command the walls.
Oh no, it sounds like her only inheritance is this ghost bitch that's just gonna keep telling her the same story over and over again.
Yeah, and just like an old dirty cave filled with monsters.
Yeah.
Like, cool.
No, thank you. You turned it into a prison. This place is a prison.
That sounds
These
like-
people aren't your friends.
It sounds like we bought a zoo. Like she's going to have a rom-com there and she's going to fall in love with one of the cellmates. You know?
Oh my God, because she can't get back and she falls in love with a tiger.
And she's like, how do I run this prison?
When I'm in love with this big cat.
So she could Silene have transferred her power into the stone the way that Thea transferred hers into her daughters. Without time to contemplate, Bryce drops to the ground and slams her hand to the center of the star.
Whoa!
And baby, this is like a hero dose of magic.
Oh no, you feel like you're over tanning me right now. You're tan maxing me right now, and I'm worried. I feel like, I feel like you're hurting me, Natalie. I can't handle it.
She reaches for it mentally in the stone and finds it deep in the rock. Not that Midgard grade, but that fine, uncut stuff.
Test it first, Bryce, test it.
Nah, I ain't got time.
Like a small sun emerging from the stone itself, a ball of light burst from the floor. A star, twin to the one in Bryce's chest. Her starlight at last awoke again, as if reaching with shining fingers for that star, hovering inches away.
Shakily, she grabs the ball of light and presses it into her sternum.
Man, it really was. I had to read this a couple times when first reading this. I was like, what the hell is going on? Power, uncut and ancient, scorched through her veins. The hair on her head rose. Debris floated upwards. She was everywhere and nowhere. She was the evening star and the last rays of color before the dark.
Oh, I've been there a few times.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I've been that angry.
Oh, I meant that fucked up.
Oh, yeah, too.
Yeah, I am the evening star, aren't I? And just like that, the land beneath her was hers to command. Azriel has taken to the air and is rushing towards the exit, and Bryce merely thinks, and the floor and ceiling rise up in stalactite and stalagmites like fangs, which is pretty badass.
Cool.
Stopping him from leaving. It's like a big jaw comes out of the stone. She hears her voice commanding the room, and it sounds to her like her dumb sperm donor father. She's like, I sound like the Autumn King right now. And that always happens as you grow older. You're like, I hear my mother's voice coming out of my body. And what? Get it out!
Yeah, that's why keep your nose flapping. Mama ain't got that.
Yep, keep that nose flapping. The ground, the walls quake with her power. Azriel, all sliced up from the collision with the stone and bleeding, turns back towards her as Nesta lunges at Bryce with ataraxia in her hand. She gestures, and the stone creates a wall between her and Nesta. Azriel suddenly shouts with urgency in its voice to stop! The cells! She remembers the story, that there are creatures locked in here, and now she can sense them, scrabbling to get out. Ackies know that to let those doors open would be bad news.
Yep.
Like the worst news possible.
Yep, they're in there for a reason.
Because Bryce doesn't command the creatures in there, only the prison. So
Nope.
you don't want to, it's like that, at the end of Ghostbusters, the containment center opens
And
up.
the Statue of Liberty starts walking.
No, that's the second one.
Oh,
First one,
ghost blowjob. Yes.
taxi driver becomes a skeleton.
Oh, taxi driver was a skeleton. Yes.
So beyond feeling them, Bryce can feel the mountain calling to her to be reawoken, longing to be alive once again.
Cool.
She tells the other two that she's not here to hurt them. She is not their enemy. Nesta responds that she should let them take her back to Rizan then. Which, not great negotiating skills, Nesta. She just basically says, well, okay, then let us take you captive again.
As you're like bursting with your power, yeah, Nesta, yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Bryce is like, well, I don't want you to cut the horn out of my back. And Nesta says, well, we might.
I'm not gonna say we're not.
Well,
So
come on, let me capture you. Come on, please. The two of them try lunging again, and Bryce merely stomps the ground and brings up more jagged rocks, which rules. Right, realizing Azriel might break through them and attack her, she decides to go for a more lethal round of stone So she's basically at the point where Azriel is going to attack me. He's going to try to rip this out of my back. I think I have to kill him. She tries to stomp on rocks to get towards him as he flies back towards her. Time to say goodbye to Azriel.
Bryce stomped her foot again, summoning more lethal spears of rock, but there were none left. Only a vast, gaping void. Bryce had only a second to realize there literally was a void below her feet, before the ground beneath them collapsed entirely.
We return to Lidia at chapter 23, who has left the torture emporium to rework her plan. She's back at the Mystic's chamber and has sent the mistress at the front desk off to confirm with Rigelus. So she has gone, she's like, okay, Rune's not listening to me. I gotta rethink this plan. She goes down to the Mystic's room where all of the 1,000 Mystics are looking for Bryce right now. And she basically scares off the front counter lady, if you remember. They have a front desk.
Oh, yeah.
There. And she's like, I gotta go see if Rigelus says this is okay. So she runs off. And as soon as the mistress is out of sight, Lidia strides directly to Irithys' cage. Oh!
Oh!
I feel like we need to put the fire sprite down.
Yes, bitch. Although she probably is not that comfortable in her cage, unfortunately. But
No.
we here like to envision a better world for the sprites.
A beautiful world, yeah. So she goes directly to the cage. She finds the queen of sprites, if you remember the queen of the sprites, asleep. And she gets her attention by telling her that she needs Irithys to torture Lidia herself. So she's like, you got to torture me. Hello. Because the queen doesn't really want to talk to her anymore. If you remember their interactions before, she was trying to get the sprite to torture Hilde. And the queen refused
But
to
she
do
likes
so.
me too much to torture me.
No, she doesn't like you.
I think she loves me.
No, she doesn't. Maybe.
Does no one love Hilde?
Well, you don't put any work into your relationships.
Oh, do you want to go to the movies?
Too little, too late, Hilde.
I can't get out of my cage.
So
I guess no one would want to hang out with Hilde, huh? She's got nothing fun to say.
she's mean.
Yeah.
She needs to figure out why people always walk away from her.
Yeah.
And why she's always alone. But she won't do the internal work.
No.
She's always going like, I'm the victim. I'm the victim.
Well, it's called therapy. It's not like Hilde's going to therapy. You know what I
No,
mean?
she's definitely not. They should be getting her some, though. So this kind of catches the queen's attention enough that she's kind of listening now to what Lydia's talking about, or the hind, I should say. Lidia quickly reveals many of her secrets, knowing that this is the last and only chance that they all have of survival. Irithys reacts when Lidia tells her an angel named Hunt Athalar is in the dungeons. Because the queen, of course, knows that name. She would have known him as the head of the rebellion all the way back as the fire sprites were fighting alongside
them.
which is why they got reduced to lesser creatures afterwards.
Not to us, though.
No,
Never to us.
never. And this queen inherited the crown after the war, but of course she knows all about it. Lidia invokes the name of Lehiba.
Stop! So nice to be with friends. I know it's not
That's
her
not
last line.
Lehiba.
I know it's Dobby's last line, but at the same time, I feel it's a little. I love Dobby and I love Lehiba,
I get it. You're allowed.
and they're both dead.
Yep, that's why she loves them. That's the favorite part about them.
Yeah, I like them better when they're dead.
So she brings up Lehiba, explains the plan. So she's basically trying to court favor with the queen to say Hunt was saved by Lehiba, the fire sprite, who is this inheritor of this other royal line. And of course the queen knows about her. And this kind of allows her to, Lidia to give her more information because the queen's willing to listen. So she kind of explains her plan and as much history as she can in the mere moments that they have. She tells her that the whole thing with Hilde, she was testing her to see if she was honorable.
Ah!
Irithys points out that the Asteria are devious and conniving, and she, the hind, how can she ever believe a word out of her mouth? Lidia tells her nakedly that she only has this to offer. She says, you have to trust me. I don't have anything to offer you, and gives her a look deep into her eyes.
I don't know if I could trust like that, Natalie.
You know, I would be so bored in that cage at that point and be like, let's just try something different.
Yeah, just so that it's like, if you're going to kill me, go ahead. You know, I'm already living in a cage, so.
Yeah. With the queen watching her curiously but not outright denying her, Lidia prays to the gods and taps the crystal ball that is the queen's prison. And apparently the gods listened that day because Rigelus's allowances to have the hind have the ward to the globe to like in her blood to allow the thing to open up is still there. We all, you know what I'm saying?
So they still trust her.
Yeah.
So that's how we know where she's on the spectrum of evil.
Yes. Lidia had originally planned to use Irithys to melt the Gorsian shackles off of the torture boys, but now the plan has shifted into something more urgent. She asks the queen, are you willing to help? I need your help with something with Hilde. I've also made a bargain with her. I can't tell you more right now, but you have to agree.
To her credit, the Sprite Queen didn't waste time. Lidia held her stare and let the queen see all that lay beneath it. Surprise lit Irithys' face, but she nodded slowly, turning a determined hue of ruby.
Get the hag,
The queen said.
hello? Me? What do you want me to do?
You jump cut over to Hilde, standing before them, looking suspicious.
I
Perfect.
sound suspicious as well.
So basically we're coming into the scene where obviously the Hind and Hilde have already made this sort of planned, like this agreement. And Hilde's saying, so you're saying that all I have to do is this one thing and then I walk free. The Hind confirms that no one will stop Hilde from leaving.
I don't know if I trust you, bitch.
She says, what I need from you, Hilde, is to remove the power dulling from the sprite's neck. So that tattoo that is like basically the equivalent of the halo, but on her neck instead is dulling all of her firepower.
Oh,
But
so
Hilde
it's a
was the one who
pearl
applied
necklace.
it.
Oh no.
Yeah, it is.
I hate that she has a pearl necklace on.
I know.
And then I had to come in on her.
Yes.
Sucks.
You had to 69 it on.
That's what magic is for.
So that was what Hilde did many, many years ago. And she's saying, I need you to reverse the tattoo. Hilde watches them both warily, wondering aloud how the Hind could do this and not face the wrath of her masters.
Lidia said,
All I do is in service of Rigelus's will, even if he cannot always see it.
a pretty lie. A pretty lie.
Very clever. The hag nods, and Lidia uses the...
Okay.
That's all the hag
Anything you
needs.
say, bitch. Okay.
And Lidia uses the key to release her from the shackles. However, knowing that Hilde is going to immediately try to betray her, before Hilde can move an inch, the Hind has a gun to her temple.
Whoa.
Hilde was going to scream and run, anything to gain the favor of the Asteri.
Yeah,
She basically didn't actually believe the Hind,
No.
but thought that if she could get released, she'd quickly report her and then be like getting extra scraps. I think.
Tricksy hags I am.
Not that tricksy, not as tricksy as the Hind.
No, but I'm more like hags, like have a great summer.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Lilas. Love you like a sister.
Oh, yeah.
Lilas.
See you next year.
You just call me a cunt right now? Is that what you're calling me right now? You about to say see you next Tuesday? We'll see you next Tuesday.
I was saying next year, but
Like when you say goodbye to someone on New Year's Eve and you say see you next year?
yeah, sort of.
Yeah. Or you were calling me a see you next Tuesday and everybody knows that's what you were doing.
I mean, do you deny that, Hilde?
Nope.
Yep. So the Hind has already kind of foreseen what's going to happen. She says, I will put this bullet through your head if you scream, and if you don't remove this queen's mark, I'm going to also shoot you. And then I will reshackle you immediately so you'll never heal and then you'll die.
Very interesting bargain that you present me with. Oh, yes, maybe I will remove it.
She's twiddling her nose again.
No, my chin, my flappy.
It stayed on pretty well
It
so far.
is full up a wet. It's like, it's all
Listen, that's not
wet.
my problem.
It's all wet on in
Not my
here.
problem.
It's wet in here and it's wet in here.
Oh, and it's wet. Where else? Ew. A prickly Hilde spits at Lidia and asks her how she knows. Like, how is she supposed to know the hind won't kill me? So you're still with a gun to your head being like, but how do I?
Very interesting. I mean, also, even at this point, it's like, I do feel like at some certain point, it's like, go ahead and fucking put a bullet in my brain, right? I do feel like it's like,
I
don't want to be doing this, so.
I think Hilda's ego is too big to.
Obviously, Vogue.
Yes. And
Because I know how hot I am and what I am sliving.
Wow. And so she is knowing her value. So Lidia swears on Luna's golden bow of honor, which is the highest level of swearing in the veneer, which you might say is like bullshit, but we don't know all the rules. Maybe if you swear to it, it like curses you if you don't agree.
Well, at the same time, like, I think if you step on a crack, you don't break your mama's back. So I feel like, I don't know.
This vow is meaningful to Hilda, so it means something. So basically, the hind agrees that she will not kill the hag as soon as she does the removal of the tattoo, and she swears on this thing. But the not clever enough Hilda doesn't think the bargain through.
Okay, I've been captured for quite some time. It's not my fault.
I mean, it is your fault because we only got ourselves in this world.
Whoa.
Yep. So, because as soon as she completes, so she goes like, okay, well, the hind swore she's not going to kill me. And as soon as she completes the task, she removes this tattoo and Irithys begins to just like explode with light. The queen and Lidia look at one another and sort of nod. And Irithys brings a finger up. Hilda explodes in flames.
Cool.
She forgot to include the queen and her bargain. And as we all know, in this world, you have to be very thoughtful about the bargains you make. She didn't say, also, the queen can't kill me. She could have just said it. She didn't. So Hilda explodes and is ashes in mere seconds. Because Irithys' magic, unleashed and untattooed, is so crazy powerful, it only takes him a second for Hilda to be nothing but ash in the wind.
This is the thing, dude. Don't sleep on the sprites, yo.
Everybody is.
But it's also why they still keep them down, because they know how powerful they are.
And that is the downfall if you take them to be lessers than they are.
I do wish we could cut back and I was just a pile of ashes sitting on the... James? Can you erase me and turn me into ashes?
I got a good chest. Starlight did a good SFX on it.
Hell yeah, he's killing it.
So,
and also this SFX right here is also
with
killing
Adam,
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. It's like I am glowing from inside.
Yep.
As a scary doll woman. So
I guess you could, like, if you want, you could do a line of me. I feel like I'd be fun to do a line of.
Who did that? A line of their... Somebody did
I think lots of people, but I know that lots of people have also been smoked. I can't wait till Willie Nelson gets smoked.
I just feel like... Isn't there a bunch of, like, chemicals they put in you before that?
No.
Like,
I think it's just pure body. I think that you just get it in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I know a lot about this stuff. And what I do know is that they'd put the opposite of flame retardant on you. So I guess maybe you'd taste good. Like you'd taste like barbecue chicken.
Okay. Well, I don't know about all that, but...
Well, you're scared of barbecued meat.
I don't know why you're trying to encourage people to eat people, and that's like...
Yeah, I am. And you know, well, you brought up Soylent Green earlier. So maybe we're both encouraging people to eat people here today.
I guess we are today.
We're just a couple of girls.
Just a couple of weird, creepy looking girls. So basically, the crux of that whole scene is that she got Irithys untattooed.
Cool.
Now she's in full power. They got Hilde to do it, immediately tricked her, killed the bitch.
Oh!
And her ashes are like, God damn it, as they blow away.
And her chin is still wet wherever she
All
is
that's
this
left
day.
is her chin.
Yep, just sitting there, just seeping a bunch of, I guess, I don't know, viscous, some kind of crud in here.
So then they've done this thing. Now it's just the two of them in this room. And Lidia explains to the confused queen that the reason that she's doing this is that she needs to create a scene, a diversion. She needs to make it look like the queen overthrew the Hind and Hilde and escaped. In order to set the scene, she needs to be badly wounded. So basically is asking Irithys to attack her, hurt her, to show that she was overtaken by the fire sprite,
God,
and she has
can you
escaped.
Imagine Irithys being given this opportunity. How happy of it, just like, oh, you want me to hurt you, bitch? Oh no, don't make me hurt you. She doesn't say that.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't say that.
No.
The Hind
What she does say.
explains. The Hind explains what she needs Irithys to do after that. We don't have privy to that as the reader yet, but she does have a plan for her, and then also explains to her that she has a person moving all of the security cameras around, so they are completely unseen right now. After a moment of consideration, Irithys says,
It will hurt.
Lidia held the sprite's stare.
Good. In order for it to be real, it needs to hurt.
Oh, shit.
9 Inch Nails kicks in.
I know another thing that's like, I know it's not supposed to be sexy, and I know it's not a sexy thing at this time, but she's just so hot. Like in her head, like in my head, she's so hot, you know?
And Lidia specifically asks for her arm to be burned, and I feel as though it's supposed to symbolize her wanting her own suffering to match
Rune's suffering.
Because she couldn't stop it and she doesn't know how to make it better, but she wants to feel what he felt from the love that she shares, and it is very new metal of her. And so she wants to show Rune just how disturbed she is too.
Whoa.
She's like, brand me with Rune's name on my arm.
Hell
so
yeah.
he knows how I ache for him.
Oh my God. And then she's going to put the tube socks over it, like the cut off tube socks on her arms.
Yeah, and they'll be like, what's on your socks? She'd be like, nothing.
Nothing.
And then they pull it down and she says
Nothing.
Rune and a scar on her arm.
Just twitching like Bella. Yeah.
Nothing.
Lidia whispers the layout of the plan as fast and succinct as she can in the sparse moments they have, only hoping it will be enough that the queen will remember that the queen can be trusted. Irithys points out, well, if I don't do this, if you don't trust me, you don't really have a choice anyway, do you?
Nope.
If the queen betrays her, that's it.
Lidia extended her arm once more.
Make it hurt, your majesty.
Whoa, with respect, too. Stop, bitch.
Yes. We cut back over to BRYCE, who has just fallen into some sort of crevasse. The hole was so wide that they had all fallen. Really?
How wide was it? Sorry, you also said crevasse, and I've also it was your fault.
I know.
For your
It
choice
always
of words.
is.
Thank you.
And they all have fallen down into this hole underneath the big room they were in. She hears the other two moving around enough to know they had survived the fall. She feels all of the power coursing through her, through the stone, this magic through her body. Unlike with a charge up from Hunt, this power surges like an endless torrent.
And they were. BRYCE bore Thea's light through Helena's line. And this light, it was Thea's light through Silene. Two sisters, united at last. But Silene's light, now mixed with BRYCE's.
So this is confusing.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's
the lineage
different.
part is
Yeah.
so I'm terrible at that in the real world too, like trying to understand ancestry and stuff. But basically, Bryce was a biological descendant of Helena because if you remember, Helena stays in Midgard.
Right.
So she is a direct bloodline of Helena's. So she has that, but then she has the light that she has pulled from the stone, which was Silene's. So in essence, she has now consumed both sisters' magic in different ways. One through a biological line, one through the light in the stone.
Yes.
Okay?
Twisted sister magic.
Yes, it basically is. The power is familiar yet foreign to Bryce, and she knows she's not going to wield with control right now, but there's no time. She turns and is presented with something unexpected.
A sarcophagus made of clear quartz lay in the center of the space.
What?
And inside it, preserved in eternal youth and beauty, lay a dark-haired female. Bryce's mind sped through possibilities. This place had once been an Asteri palace before Thea had claimed it. And in the tunnel carvings made by Silene to depict her mother's teachings, evil always waited below them.
Those were the words of Thea to her daughter. It had seemed a metaphor, but it looks like it might have been literal.
Doink!
Uh-oh. So they've fallen into this seeming like tomb almost, this
big
crypt.
ol' hole.
And there is a being down there in a quartz coffin, which is pretty badass. I want to be just like buried with no coffin in the dirt so that like I can be part of the earth again.
You want to be free corpsing?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. Because then you can
You don't want to you don't want to be put in like a mushroom bag? I think I kind of want a mushroom
mushroom
bag.
bag's cool too. It's kind of the same thing. Right now, there are farms that can do that. They're limited. There's a really good book. Oh my God, wait, I want to shout this book out.
It should be called free corpsing because I think that's really, honestly, trademark. I just trademarked it. So that's how that works.
Well, she has a couple books. One of them is called Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. One's called From Here to Eternity. And there's a lot of like big funeral that prevents people from like being buried naturally in the ground here. But there are there's pushback against it. So there's some places you can go where you can be buried in the ground and they monitor it, and then you kind of grow into the trees and like the animals eat you and stuff. And I'd rather have that than be in a coffin. But if I did choose to be in a coffin, I would want to be in a clear quartz one because that'd be sick.
It would be sick. I want to be buried in the air. Turn me into gas.
How?
Noxious. I'm already there.
We could just throw your body out like a skydiver.
Yo, where it lands, and there I will be for eternity. Thank you for the idea, Natalie. I can't wait to die.
I'm sure that's not a felony.
Please read up until chapter 26 for next week.